good morning to everyone today, and welcome to the webinar How to Export to the Canadian Market. In this webinar, TFO Canada will explain the services they offer exporting SMEs interested in the Canadian market. We will learn to navigate their web portal, gather information to create a strategic exporting plan, and find importers in Canada. This presentation will be led by Claricia Christie, Project Manager and Team Lead in TFO Canada. So let me briefly greet the new Connect Americas users and everyone who is joining us today for the first time. Connect Americas is the biggest platform in Latin America and the Caribbean to do business. It is a free virtual platform whose objective is to connect SMEs in the region with their new business opportunities and offer online training and information about business support services so that these companies can do more and better business. As part of these training sessions, we offer free online seminars led by world-class experts, like the one we have today. So we invite you to participate in Connect Americas. Here you will be able to check purchasing announcements from large company, governments, and in the region, also from the IDB, and to connect with business people in the region and the rest of the world. So please stay informed in our platform and also in our social networks. Let me introduce Florence Christie for you. Claricia is an international trade specialist working with TFO Canada as its project manager and team lead. Prior to joining TFO Canada, she was policy advisor to the Minister of Health Promotion for over 3 years, where she worked on the poverty reduction, active transportation, smoking cessation, and sports and recreation policy files. Claricia, who holds the designation of Certified International Trade Professional, has extensive experience in export market and development, having led thousands of projects in market research and trade show planning, facilitated trade training, seminars, and provided targeted market entry and communication strategies for exporters. Thanks, Claricia, for joining today to this webinar. So we are very grateful you are here. And so let me tell you that at the end of her presentation, you can answer questions, and for that you have a Q&A panel. You can see it in the lower part of the panel, and I will take the questions for Claricia. So welcome again, and I'll let Claricia begin her presentation. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today I'm going to be taking you through our website, and I'm just going to introduce you a bit to TFO Canada. So today is really about navigating our website to help you access the Canadian marketplace. And we're really thankful to have as our webinar partner today, Connect Americas. 2 days ago, we actually did one of these webinar in Spanish. My colleague Marisabel Gonzalez did that. And today I will be doing this webinar in English. So as I was introduced, I'm Claricia Christie. Today we'll just go quickly through, we did introductions already, so we'll have the presentation, the Q&A, and you know, there's some instructions on the side. If you're not hearing us, just turn on the speaker icon. It should be green. And if you have any problems, just send a private message to Heather Karen, who's actually Alina Acosta Rome, to help you there. So a bit about TFO Canada. We're not a not-for-profit non-governmental agency, and we were actually started in 1980 by an act of parliament, and became an NGO in 1985. We're actually here in Ottawa, and we have regional representatives in 3 of our major markets. That's Vancouver, Quebec, and Ontario. Our clients are small and medium enterprises, exporters, and potential exporters. and the trade support institutions that support them. And we get our funding. We have a mixed bag of funding from Global Affairs Canada, partner governments, and other donors. And we do some cost sharing project with partners and other Canadian corporations. Our main mandate is actually to improve the lives of our SME exporters through sustainable partnership with Canadian buyers. And we do that through a number of services that we offer. And we offer three types of services: information services, which you'll be learning about today, advisory services, and contact services. And just quickly, I'll be telling you more about information services, but for the advisory services is where we have trade capacity building project with our trade support institution partners. We have market familiarization tours in Canada, and the contact service is mostly about bringing businesses together as a B2B businesses with exporters and Canadian buyers. Now on to information services, which is my favorite part. And this is where I'll be taking you through it online. However, just quickly to let you know about what we offer Access Canada Guide to Exporting to Canada, along with a number of market information papers that talk about key sectors within the Canadian marketplace. And we have a quarterly newsletter called Export to Canada, and that's bringing you up to date on different things that are going on in the Canadian import market, and webinars just like this. So that's our trade information services. I am going to switch now to our website. So we'll have so many amazing stuff to share with you. So now we're entering into our website, and you can find it at www.tfocanada.ca. And I've already logged in. So if you have not registered with us, you could register with us right here on our website, or sign in as a if you already registered with us and have us login information, you could log in. I'm already logged in, so usually you have something that says sign in right here. And when you sign in, what you have is a dashboard that tells you about yourself, your organization. So I have a profile that we've set up a couple years ago to show you how to use this website. And what you see here, you see the years of export experience. So right now it's saying that I have 0 years of experience. With 0 years of experience, I'm able to search and utilize the information that we have on the website. However, we have something that's called a supplier database. And if you have more than a year experience, you'll be able to go in that supplier database where it's searched by Canadian importers. And you'll have to actually have product offers registered with us to be in that database. So you have to have more than a year experience exporting and have products to offer to the marketplace. You see here it's green, that means my profile is totally up to date. And if you wanted to update it some more, say for instance you have new product offers, you click on your profile and you can add your new product offers. So on our website, we have a welcome banner, and this is encouraging exporters to register with us and to get their success story on our website. So it tells you that what we do, we assist exporters access the Canadian market by providing free online information on how to export to Canada and promoting their supply offers to Canadian importers. And I'll quickly show you what that supplier database looks like. We have a video that introduces you to TFO Canada right here. And also we have quick access to different parts of our website. So if you want to get information on the Canadian marketplace, right here. If you want to take a look at country profiles, different countries that we have on our website, we have their country profiles, but also you may be able to see other exporters who are interested in the Canadian market. Here you have a quick access to our webinars, and we have quite a few webinars, recorded webinars on our website, but we also have upcoming webinars there also. Here we also have our success stories, a quick access to our success stories, and these are successes we've had from making a connection between exporters and Canadian importers. And then this is the database I referred to earlier, the supplier database, and this is also quick access to that database. We have our Twitter feed right here on our website, so if you're interested, you can follow us on Twitter at TFOCAN. And then we have our trade news, and we try to put topical information in our trade news in the 3 languages that we have on our website, which are English, French, and Spanish. Also on our front page, we have a list of trade events that are happening in Canada, but also internationally. So there may be a trade show that's happening in your country that we actually have on our website. So you have a number of ways to access the Canadian marketplace, which I'll be speaking about. But as a foreign supplier, you can access the rich content that we have on our website from right here on this drop-down screen. All right? So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to go getting ready to export. So right away, you're taken to another screen. And here on the other screen, you will see the wealth of information that we have here for you to help you get ready to export to the Canadian marketplace. So right here, you see the menu of information that we have for you. And I'd like to introduce you right off the bat to an exciting new tool that we have on our website. And it's an interactive quiz where you can actually access your export readiness. So right here, getting ready to export, accessing your exporter readiness. We have here introduction to the quiz, and it's quite a useful quiz. It helps you to just get a feel of what additional information you may need to create an export plan to enter the marketplace, or just to create strategies around entering, or maybe there may be some information that you need to update or actually get on the Canadian marketplace. So I'm going to click on this tool. So you can access the tool here, or you can go to the quiz right away. Okay, I hope you can see the quiz. Okay, so right here it says begin questionnaire, and you can type your email in here and your username here. If you're already registered with TFO Canada, you can put your username here. However, if you haven't registered with us, you just put your email and begin the questionnaire. And this questionnaire takes you through 20 questions looking at specific areas that you would need to address to export to Canada, or just to export in general. But since we're a Canadian entity, our questions geared mostly towards the Canadian marketplace. The beauty about this quiz is that once you've completed this quiz, you can always come back right here, put the email address you used to complete the questionnaire, and once you put your email address here, you can retrieve your results. And I've done this before, so I'm going to retrieve my results so you can see what that looks like. And I'll do that quickly. So I've completed the quiz, and what it has given me, what I have here are a number of sources of information that was suggested to me based on my sector, and I'll show you what my responses are right here. And the country I'm from is Antigua and Barbuda, and my products are animals and animal-based products. So based on the completion of my questionnaire, I have all these different sources of information that we have on our website that will help you in creating an export, in enhancing your export plan or creating a new one specifically for the Canadian marketplace. So I'm going to go back to our website now. And on the left-hand side, we have a number of different subsections of the website that will give you information to help you. So my result sent me to export plan and key elements that I need to look at to create a better export plan to enter the Canadian marketplace. So right here we have different sections of creating your export plan. So getting ready to export, the export planning, we have that there. We have an export plan template to help you. And we have a number of trade shows that we have in Canada that we suggest based on the sector you're in to attend. And as we speak about trade events, notice that the trade events banner is back here just to remind you to go check out the calendar of events. And then we have, so with regards to the trade fairs, we have a listing of trade fairs. We speak a bit about export emissions that we do for countries and a bit about import emissions. And then we have some additional resources on the Canadian marketplace that will help you to find more information as you do your research. So let's get to exporting to Canada. And this is the fun section because this gives you tools to use to access the Canadian market, but it gives you an overview of the Canadian marketplace. So let's get into Canadian market overview. And here you get a feel of Canada geographically, a little bit of the demography. Talk about our 4 seasons. Right now we're in winter and it's brutal. We have, for the last 2 days in Ottawa where we're based, we've had about a foot of snow fall, where we have snow just continuously falling. It's very exciting. Then we give you a bit about our economy, our society, politics, the business, how business, just a snippet of business in Canada about our hours and the time zones that we have, public holidays. So this gives you an overview of the Canadian market itself, geographically, demographically, socially, politically, and how to do business, right? And then we get into some of our statistics. So looking at, the amount of products we import into the Canadian market, and you must understand that Canada is a net importer. We import more than we export. So that's good to know that we love imports. So this just gives you a bit of our import figures for 2015 by sector. And then you can access Canada, a guide to exporting to Canada. And this has very specific information. It's our flagship publication. Once you are registered with us, you can download it and use it as a key to help you to create your export plan for the Canadian market. So it gives you a look into the demography, a look at understanding our marketplace, look at the major cities, look at what you need to understand to enter the market, and also some of the distribution channels, or distribution network from the ports to the road network. And it gives you a great introduction to our marketplace and how this will help you to actually access our marketplace. So for you to plan to access the marketplace. Something that's also super excited for us is our market information papers. And our market information papers are also available in 3 languages, English, French, and Spanish. and they're updated every 2 years. And this is where we get more specific at the sector level. So very important to understand this is at the sector level. So once you get in here, you can download these, have a look based on the sector that you're looking at. Beverages is actually non-alcoholic beverages is actually the last MIP we updated. Where right now we're updating our organic, ethnic, and fair trade products market information paper. So that will be up on the website soon. So if you're interested in learning about the Canadian market, import market, there's a loads of information here specifically to sectors. And we also have two very important guide. We have the corporate social responsibility guide and we have the environmental system guide. And this is very important to the Canadian marketplace and to the Canadian consumers, understanding where products are coming from, what are the values of the companies that are exporting to us, and how much they protect the environment and the people who work for them. So we have some guides here that will guide you through that. So these are the titles of the different market information papers that we have on our website. We also have a section about connecting with importers, Canadian importers. And this gives you the kind of sources that you can use to connect with buyers. One of them is, of course, is our supplier database, where you can load your product offers there for Canadian importers to search, and that is more online matchmaking. But for more face-to-face, you can attend trade shows. You can consult with your trade representatives, and those are the persons from your countries that are based in Canada in an embassy or a high commission. And you can also obtain potential buyer lists from the Canadian Importer Database, which I'll be sharing with you later, and also from the Canadian Company Capabilities, which is an Industry Canada publication registry, and from retail chains. Different directories that different sectors, organizations have that in some instances you can download and some instances you'll have to purchase. So here are some of the products that we import into Canada. And you think of Canada, you think of the marketplace. But when you think of the marketplace, you also have to think of the consumers and what they demand and what will influence their purchases. And in the Canadian market, our consumers are very much into social responsibility, where their food comes from, and are they organic, are they certified, are they fair trade. So here are a list of voluntary approved certifications for products that comes into the Canadian marketplace. And this is monitored by Health Canada. So you have multi-sector certification, but you also have sector-specific certification. And these are the marks that you will put on your products on your product labels when you export into the Canadian market. Some are voluntary and some are non-voluntary. So this is just a snippet for the food and beverage. You have the Canadian Organic seal. For furniture, you have a green label, Sustainable Forestry Initiative. For floriculture and horticulture, you have the Veriflora, which I know, and also the halal. And halal is a market that is growing in the Canadian marketplace, influenced mostly by immigration, and they have a number of certification marks too that you can place on your product labeling. So we spoke a bit about connecting with Canadian importers, and we reference going to trade shows. And some of these trade shows, Canadian trade shows, are also by sector. And we can take a look at some of the trade shows that we have here in Canada. So one very famous one, and I'm sure you know because it's also in Paris, in France, is Cial, and that's mostly around processed foods. And then we have our own Canadian one, CPMA, which is around fresh fruits and products. And we also have a grocery innovation, which is really for the smaller independent grocers. And then when we go into gift, home decor and furniture, we have the Canada Gift Association Fair. We have interior design show. For fashion and jewelry, we have the Toronto Shoe Show. We also have the Fashion Exchange. So you can come on our website and browse all of these trade shows that we have here in Canada that can help you get closer to the marketplace. You could either come and as from a research perspective, or you can actually participate as an exhibitor. We have some tools here that I'm going to show you later how to use as you do your research. So I'm going to come back to these tools that will help you maximize entering the Canadian marketplace or do research. We have the Canadian Importer Database. We have the Canadian Trade Data Online that will get export information. We have the Automated Import Reference System, which gives you regulations. And these are all Canadian tools created by the Canadian government. And we've just made it an easier access for you to utilize these tools. Because once you've put in your search terms, it will go into the respective government websites. So another section that we have in our on our for foreign suppliers or exporters is market entry, how to enter the marketplace, what will help you make a better entry, the things that are significant. So most of these are from a regulatory standpoint. So for market entry, you have standards information, standards in the Canadian marketplace. So the different required standards, the voluntary ones and required ones. Then of course, how are you going to get your product to the marketplace? So shipping your product to the Canadian market. So information is here to help you. Cognizant of the time. Distributing your product into the marketplace. We give you an idea. This is a generic distribution channel based on just how our system is set up. Sometimes an importer can export directly to a mass merchandiser or to a domestic manufacturer. In some cases where you have the large chain stores, the large retailers, you have most times you have to go to a distributor or a broker or trading houses or secondary distributor just to get your product into the large retail stores and chain stores. And then we have some information to get you around finding importers, finding agent brokers, you know, the different players in the distribution channel, right? And we have some information around packaging, which is extremely important when exporting to Canada. We also have some information around labeling, and our government have been doing a lot of work around food labeling specifically as we gear up to actually have a new regulation around safe foods for Canadians. And I'll tell you a little bit about that when we look at the upcoming webinars we have. And then we have some information around tariff and tariff related information because we have a very sophisticated tariff system. It's the same as everyone else, but we have some tariff treatments for specific countries and for there's actually one where products can enter duty-free and quota-free for least developed countries. Another thing that we offer to our registrants is what we call our Export to Canada newsletter, which I spoke about earlier when I introduced Trade Information Services. And it's a quarterly newsletter, and you can actually come here and download in your preferred language. And it's, as I indicated, quarterly. So the next one will be in March 2017. And then we have a section for frequently asked questions. Another bar section on the left-hand side are also a number of other tools and other information that would be definitely be of interest. We have a currency rate converter. So if you're setting up your exporter profile with you, and there's a section that talks about your price list and also what you have sold in the past. So if you have it in your currency, you can actually convert it into Canadian dollars when you're completing your exporter profile. Another tool we have is the Canadian custom tariff, and I'll be showing you how to use that later. And this will help you to get the duties for your specific product by HS code, and also get to see the tariff treatment for that specific product for your country. We have webinars. We have a webinar section here. You can actually come and listen to some recorded sessions. So these are webinars that have been in the past. There's one here on the AIRS tool, which I'll be showing you, the automatic import reference system. There's one, we have a whole section on Canadian intellectual property. We have on our past online services presentation. There's also one on the CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Guide, that we have on our website. So there is a host of information here that will help you to understand the Canadian marketplace. And then we have market links, which actually gives you a bunch of organizations that you can also do further research to understand the Canadian market. And we also have for different countries. So if you're looking for your own country, we have market links for almost all the countries that are part of the OECD Development Assistance countries list. So I'm just showing you a list for Honduras. We have quite a few here for Honduras. Quite a few. The other thing which I spoke about earlier were the trade events. So we have quite a few events in Canada, which we refer to in the section on exporting to Canada. But we also highlight international events for our countries that we represent. So we have quite a few of trade events happening in Canada, but also a lot happening internationally. So we have something here from Nicaragua that's happening in September, Export Pen. Then we have a section for client countries, and this is mostly for our importers to get a look at the different countries that we serve and look at their country profiles, look at the different exporters that are registered with them. So, you know, we can do a quick one. Let's go to Bangladesh. No, let's go to someone in our hemisphere, Bolivia. So here we have 35 exporters registered with Bolivia, or partners promoting Bolivia. Bolivia actually has a general preference tariff treatment with Canada. That's what they get. We have 2 market links for Bolivia and with the news for Bolivia. So everything for Bolivia is right here. Even the diplomatic mission in Canada. We do have news. As I indicated, you can take a look at our brochure. You can contact us. And this is my profile. And this is actually how you complete the registration. So I want to get back to the tools that will help you to access the Canadian marketplace. And I'm going to start with our custom tariff tool. And this tool right here, you can use it for, you can search by, if you have your HS code, the four digits, you can put it here. You can search by HS code. So here we have strawberries, or you can put in the term strawberries. And the results comes up. And you can expand it. But let's do something that's from the region that we're in. Let's go pineapples. All right. So here we have all the genus from the apples. So let's get into pineapples. So here you can see that pineapples enter into the Canadian market duty-free. The most favored nation tariff applies here. And so all pineapples enter into the Canadian market free. So we have different tariff treatments that are covered here, and they also, their products, their pineapples enter the Canadian market free. So you have the Colombia tariff treatment, Peru, Korea, Honduras, Panama, Jordan, the Commonwealth Caribbean countries tariff, that product enters free. I'm going to go back to strawberries for a minute. Sorry. Somehow it didn't. I wanted to do that because I wanted you to see a breakdown of a product that have multiple duty rates. So strawberries, most favored nation, they'll have to pay 14.5% duty for it to enter based on the kilogram. For these tariff treatment, the Commonwealth, Honduras, Colombia, etc., it comes in free. Under the general preference tariff is 12.5%. On the courier tariff is 8%, base but not less than 5.62 cents per kilogram, but not less than 8%. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like when it's when you have more than one tariff treatment for a product. But I'm going to go back to pineapples because that's from, we'll be able to import that from our region. So our pineapples are coming in free, and you have the tariff code based on certified organic, not certified organic, and dried or fresh, right? So there you have your duty for your pineapples. It's 0% coming from your region. Okay? So now that we know our tariff code for pineapples, the next thing we're going to do is go and see the important, what are the statistics around pineapples, right? So this is Trade Data Online where you can find import statistics. So right now I'm just gonna go total exports. Let's do total imports. Trader Canada and search. You can search by product or you can search by industry. We're gonna go by product. Search. And what it does, it takes us into Industry Canada website, right? And this just gives us the top 25 products that Canada exports. But here's where you change your criteria so you can do your search based on the product that you're looking for. So we can choose all countries, our trading partner, and choose a specific year. We can search for a specific product. We're going to put our Oh, shoot. I have to change this. I'm going to go back and change the criteria so that we ungroup the one more. So one more step. So if you want to see all the countries, because what I want you to see is who are your competitors in the pineapple. Which countries are your competitors? So here you go. You have the listing of in 2015 which countries exported pineapples fresh and dried into the Canadian marketplace. And you see Costa Rica is leading, followed by United States, and United States could be re-export or transshipment. Mexico, Honduras, Ecuador. So these are the countries that are leading the top five right here. So mostly from Latin America and a bit from Asia, South Africa. Belize is all the way down here. That's in the Caribbean. So Trade Data Online gives you an idea of the export, who's exporting, but you also can do it over time series to see whether or not export is rising or declining for a specific product. So you can do a 5 year, look at it for 5 years, or for a specific country, or 5 years for all countries. Cognizant of the time, let me go back quickly. I want to show you how to use the automated import reference system. And this one, I really love this one because this gives you the regulations for your product to enter into the Canadian marketplace. And sometimes it goes right down to a region or a country. So let us put in our HS code. Let's search by HS code. It's going to go, so let's put just go to 0804.0. Okay, and we're going to go through a process of drilling down. It's going to take us over. Oh, I'm going to have to start over. Here we go. We're going to search. So this is actually broken it down out more. Oh no. Give me a minute. Okay, let's find our pineapples. Nice. It never usually carries it up so many stuff. Here we go. So it's gonna ask us to drill down. So we go fresh. It's gonna ask us to drill down further. Is it coming from Africa, Asia, Europe? So let's do South America. Go. Another level. So let's choose a country. See that Costa Rica was the one that was selling the most. Let us go to Costa Rica. And it's going to ask for what type of use. And this is for human consumption. So what happens is that it gives you a full list response to your query. So the HS code, pineapples, where it's coming from, South America or specifically Costa Rica, what is for human consumption. And what it does, it tells you all the things that it's required for it to enter into the Canadian market. So you have documentation here. So license exempt declaration is needed to be accompanied with your documents, or an approved CFIA, fresh fruit and vegetable license number, or DRC membership number. And I'm going to give you what these acronyms mean. CFIA is the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, and DRC is the Dispute Resolution Council for Fresh Fruits and Vegetables. So having these licenses makes for easy release of your product into the Canadian custom area, right? So it goes further into the documentation instruction, but it also gives you the condition for importing into the Canadian market. And it says subject to inspection. So if you go through this, you'll read all the different things that you have to ensure you follow, the criteria that you need to follow to get your product into the marketplace. And it includes labeling, it includes packaging of the product to enter the market, and also it gives you additional resources to do further research. All right, so that's our automated import reference system, and we have a webinar on that. Also, what we have here in our arsenal is what everyone wants to hear about, and that is how to find a Canadian importer. So we're going to go into the Canadian importer database, and we're going to put our HS code in. And this is also going to lead us to another website. Search. So here we go. We're going to search for Canadian importers. And this is a database that's actually kept by Canadian Border Services Agency, right? So these are all the people who import. These are the import of products into the Canadian market for this specific for pineapples. But one thing I should have told you as I go along the way, you can export all the information that are found that you have your search with all your search results either in an export file or in a CSV file. So that is really great. So what you notice here is the concentration of the imports. So you have 3 importers that import 32% of the, well, we could run it up to 33% of pineapples into the Canadian market. 6. So it's just showing the concentration of who is importing what. But then we can also look at it by country. So you see right away the major country, Costa Rica. And you see how much of the pineapples are coming from Costa Rica, but you also see who are the importers. And specifically on this website, what you see is actually the importers, but you don't have their contact information. So it's up to you to do your due diligence to find the importers information, but also on our website we also have a section that showed you the different services that are available to help you sorry to help you sorry 1 minute help you find to do your due diligence. All right, we'll come back to that. Let me finish on this page. So here you have all the companies that are importing pineapples from Costa Rica. So you would have to do your due diligence to find these companies yourself and connect with them. We have an agency called Dun & Bradstreet. There's the red book, the blue book, that will help you to do your due diligence around importers' integrity when it comes to paying and taking your products. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up here. One last thing that we have here is actually if you're looking for your foreign trade representative, you could actually find them here in Canada by the city or by the country itself. And being cognizant of time, and you need to ask some questions, I am going to get back to you. So I'm sure by now you've been asking questions, and I'm gonna hand over to Emina to yes, I can. So presently, the site is mostly for products because the top three products that we see our exporters in our database promoting are food products, fresh and processed, artisanal products, so home decor, handcrafted products, and textiles, garments, and apparel. However, we do have a market information paper on services which needs to be updated that we're working on. By this time next year, we should, or even later this year, by December, we should have some services profile on our website that will help our exporters have information on how to access the Canadian market when it comes to services.